All right, so we're gonna go ahead and replace the motor on this weed whacker with a new motor that just came in. Let's see. Should do the trick. It was burned out and everything else seems to be fine. So don't need a whole new weed whacker. I've already taken this apart to look at the motor, and one thing I had to do was drill out this hole. So drilled out, make it a little wider so I could actually fit the bit in. But other than that, I'm gonna take these 10 screws off, and then we'll get a look at the motor. Got this apart now. I'm ready to put this new motor in. It smells pretty bad from where this burned out. I'd originally taken it apart and cleared all the debris out of here, thinking that was maybe the problem, but no, it's definitely burned out. So we're gonna take it apart. We have to unthread this, so we just hold the top bit here, and that'll allow us to screw this assembly off. You can see there's a threaded shaft on the top of the motor here, and that's how we hold the shaft. Looks like we've got a couple crimp connections that we're gonna have to break. Maybe I'll just re-crimp them and crimp better in the soldering here, because it's gonna be a pretty moving part. And I think the only thing I didn't mention is that this is a T20 bit is what you need to do this. Let's see, or no, sorry, actually, yeah, T15, right, is what you need to take this apart. And that's it, just a bunch of screws. So let's quick update. Old motor and new motor. And we had to take this guy off the bottom, so we did have to use a Phillips head. And I've cut the connections off of here. I was gonna leave these little crimp guys on, but we're gonna take them off. Took them off, and we'll just use the wires coming straight off of here. These are all set on. These will crimp, and then we can plug them together and shrink them up. So we're gonna do a quick bit of plugging and then shrinking, and then we'll try to put it back together. I just crimped these on, and you can check that they are snug. They're not coming off of there. All right, and then we can plug them together. And I just got this new guy here, so we're actually gonna get to put this together and shrink it back up. We heated it up and we shrunk those connections down. I actually kind of love how this looks. These are like professional little looking things, right? Looks like you want to know. And we screwed this thing on, it slid right back in here, flipped it around. And so I think this looks like it's about ready to go back together. Don't need the old motor. So I think we just put these parts back on top. I did have one of these little crimpers fall off, so I tightened them even more. And yeah, we're gonna throw this all back on and make sure it works. So we just set the plates back on, and now we're ready to get tightening. So we'll actually do a bit of actually working on this. So it's all laid together, so put it all together. This goes pretty quick. No need for a screw gun here. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. And the last piece we'll put on is the handle, which I never really rotate the thing, but I guess it can be an edger. All these fit in just fine, so good on that one. All right, I think there's just 4 on this piece. I left them in where possible, and I don't see any other screws lying around down here, so went with an open workspace concept on this one. Use the vice grips to hold the top of the motor for tightening the trimmer head onto the shaft. I left the guard off while I'm doing this. You always see people, all the professionals with the mowers that don't have any guards on them, so I think it'll look a little more pro, but we'll most definitely have to wear pants. All right, so that's all of that, and I think that this one was on top, and if I remember right, I just lost a screw out of there. This one, had to take this one out actually to finish taking the to take this piece off. So this one screws on too, although we need that screw. And I think it's underneath, right? It's like this, square. So actually, I don't think you could do this wrong. There's a little bit piece in here. So they're not gonna let me put this together wrong. It has to be on the square and in there. And then drop that guy in. A little harder with one hand. But this one can be all the way on. Good. Over. Doesn't feel like super secure, but okay. Know where this one's gonna have to be. Same spot right here. I think that's that one there. This is the one I had to open up. I don't think I affected the structural integrity too bad here. That feels like too much. I might not be tightening it. I'm not sure. Are we actually in here? This doesn't feel right. Okay. Looks pretty good. Handle's not coming apart. Although I think, is there a screw down in there? Oof. Let's see. Fishing for a screw. Is there one on the ground? No? Must be in there? Not falling out. Okay, I think we're good to go. We're gonna give it a test. All right, we're gonna actually go for it, so let's give it a shot. Hey, that's the right sound. I think we fixed this thing. All right. Woohoo! Now time to clean up.